Hey,
We back at it again. You know,
back again. What's up? How you doing?
I'm good. I told you, like I feel like I'm lighter, I'm glowing, it
Yes,
feels it's giving.
it's giving, babe.
It
It's
is.
giving.
It is.
I mean, you can already tell like summer. That's what I live for. So I'm so happy to hear that you feeling good about yourself. That's what we want. Like I love that. Love that. Okay, so welcome back to another episode of PTC Pink Tax Chat, where we talk about everything from finances, dating, relationships, friendships, family, you name
Adult
it, we touch on it. That
we
adulthood, put springing
sprinkle.
them 30s in, because
We
we
do.
definitely in our 30s bag crazy. And I love that you mentioned that because that's heavily tied to our topic today.
Yeah.
So, you want to tell the people what we're going to be talking about today?
Yes. So
Mm,
today it's like dear, dear,
dear.
whichever one you guys are vibing with, but dear 20-year-old self, lessons from future.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Lessons learned. What I wish I knew in my 20s, but now that I'm 30, I know what I
Mhm.
know now.
There
Yeah,
were hard
yeah.
lessons. God,
Hard lessons.
there were
Hard
some
lessons.
lessons
Yeah.
I wish I didn't have.
Hey,
But you know
I
what?
wish.
I'm gonna say this. It made me the woman that I am today.
Amen.
That's
Amen.
what I gotta say.
Yeah. That's
Mm-hmm.
real. That's real.
Straight up.
Um, I'm like you. I wish I didn't have to experience some things. But life is a teacher, and
Ooh.
I believe that once you know better, you do better. That's something that I really, I've incorporated. Like I put that here. So, as much as I wish I didn't have to experience some stuff, it is what it is. It's made me, it shaped me who I am today, and for that, I can always be grateful. Always.
Yeah. No.
Because I'm not the same person I was back then. Thank God.
You
Thank
know,
God.
Tisha, I just texted you like yesterday.
Ah.
I was like the person I was a year ago
A year ago,
is not the
girl.
person that I am today.
Uh-uh. Yeah, we growing over here. Yeah, we evolving over here, and like I think that's so important in life. Um, and the reason why I think there's a lot of like emphasis and like highlight on 20s is because it's such a pivotal time in your life. I feel like it's very formative years. You know what I mean? Like you really go through some stuff in your 20s. Like it's
You
fun. It can
go
be fun. You
you
go
through it.
through it, girl. You be like life hit hard. Like it's
It was
not what
like
you thought it was.
you remember them tears we like ooh. You're like ooh.
Yeah, cause life
Yeah.
be lifing, and I mean, like you probably,
No.
experience your first heartbreak or a big one. A lot of times you're in college, you've met some like really cool people and some hurtful, toxic people. So like your friendships fade. You navigate like your first job, probably like your first big girl, big boy job. You may experience some loss, you know
Grief,
grief.
grief,
Families may you may lose some people. I
and
mean,
then
like
you
you
still in
really.
school
Yeah,
navigating that.
yeah,
Life is lifing, and at
yeah.
times you kind of feel like life is throwing some hands, and
Throwing
you're like,
hands.
yo,
and
and
they
you're
and
like,
they and it be winning
mm,
like them weapons that be forming. They be prospering a little bit.
prospering against you.
Just a little bit. They be
So,
prospering. Just a little bit. Like a little bit. Like that's real. It be feeling
and
like that.
And I like you. Sometimes you kind of sitting with yourself, like, damn, Lord, can I catch a break?
Lord, like I'm not your strongest soldier. I promise.
Please, I'm gonna close my hands and say,
Yeah.
no,
And
try.
yeah,
I
I don't got it on me. You know what I mean?
can't. Maybe
Nah, that's
tomorrow.
real. That's real.
Maybe
Like we
tomorrow.
laughing about it, but like it be real when you're going through it in real time. It be
Mm-hmm.
real. And sometimes you break down. I mean, um we only touched on a few things that you probably experienced in your 20s, but ooh, like I feel like 20s they fly, first of all. Like you blink
I'm
and they're done.
done.
Like you be getting old fast. It's like, what minute? I was just
You know that like whiplash, and you're like, whoa,
21.
just happened.
What just happened? I
What just
blinked and it
happened?
was over.
It was over.
Blinked,
You know
girl.
what? That's why like we started this podcast because I need
Yes.
someone to kind of like resonate how we're gonna navigate our 30s. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like I come from a Latina background, and we don't really talk about the stuff, not as much as we
Mm.
should be like sitting down the table having this conversation. A part of that
Mm-hmm.
may have to do a little bit with my deafness, but I'm gonna
Mm.
say
Yeah.
that we're not gonna like jump heavy into that, but I'm gonna say we need to have these conversations, and that's why I'm starting the podcast with Tasia to have these communication, these conversations, and to kind of normalize these conversations. Like
Yeah.
my 20s was hard, girl. It
Girl, it
was
was hard.
hard.
It was hard.
It was
I
hard.
was going through it. I
Ooh,
cried. You know what I'm
I
saying?
was
I broke
there for some
down.
of that.
I had my moments, and I mean, we're gonna touch on some of those heavier topics at a later time. But like, depression is real. Okay,
Baby,
anxiety is real. Mental health is real. All right.
real.
I had to navigate some workplace things, like as a
That
new
that code
professional,
switching
code
thing.
switching,
Ooh,
just finding my voice,
that's a
um,
big one, girl. That's a
finding
big.
me, finding
Mhm.
me. Because
Loving
you go to
you,
college, ooh, loving you,
loving
self
you.
love, and nobody can teach you. I think
Nobody
that's
teaches, and that's
nobody
so
can
hard.
teach you self love. Okay,
Mm-mm.
someone can teach you how to love them.
Mm.
Someone can show you love, but they can't teach you how to
How
love
to love
yourself.
yourself.
Yourself. That. And many of us are struggling with that still to this day. And if that's you, that's okay. You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
I'm gonna
You're gonna
say
get
this:
there.
like I told you, we're in our 30s, and I want to do better now than I did in my 20s. But I'm gonna say this: I didn't always have that like way of knowing how to protect myself, how to protect my
Mm-hmm.
heart,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of that comes with self love. You know what I'm saying?
But it also, for me, comes with upbringing. So I'm
Mm,
I'm a product of a single mother
me
home
too.
household. I didn't have a father there and that's
Mm,
the first love that a girl has. A little girl. And that's where a lot of learning how to love yourself, like what to expect, what to look out for, that's where it comes from. That's where it comes from. And
yeah,
so, navigating that alone and learning like those hard lessons on my own, you know what I'm saying? It
yeah. Like I
could have been
remember
avoided.
I
Could
remember
have
I had a
been.
conversation and with this girl back in college, and she was like, "Look, my dad never treated me like that. So if my daddy doesn't treat me like that, my man is not gonna treat me like that.
But what happens when you ain't got no daddy?
You don't have a daddy."
And the person that you're dealing with, they know they don't have to answer to nobody. That part.
Oh,
That part.
that's a big one.
That's
And
that part. Because when they know they don't have to answer to nobody, they treat you. You know what I'm saying? So
And
yeah.
I want to be really like kind of inclusive here.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone comes from a two parent household, you know what I'm saying? So let me be inclusive.
Yeah,
Some people have parents with the same sex, some people
that's true.
have parents with so and so and so. Whatever your
Some people are raised
household,
by their grandparents,
uh, some people are
aunts,
raised by their
uncles,
aunts. There we
they're
go, we go.
adopted. You know,
Or
this is an
adopted.
inclusive conversation. I'm just speaking from my experience, but
Mm-hmm.
you are absolutely right. Everyone does not have the same background. Everyone does
Yeah.
not have that. You know, and there are some men that don't have their mother's love. You know what I'm saying? It's the opposite. You
Oh,
know what
that's
I'm
heavy,
saying? Like
girl.
that's it's heavy. It's
That's
heavy, but
heavy.
it's real. You know what I'm saying? And many of us sometimes we gotta navigate life and figure it out as we go with those things, with those traumas, with that hurt, with that pain, with all of that comes with it. You know, so
And it carries into your adulthood. That's what I'm trying to
and
say.
it impacts your decision making.
It
Yeah.
impacts your decision making. It impacts your like relationship. It
Oh yeah.
impacts the way you engage with people. So when
It
I say your
impacts your perspective
household,
on life too.
the
How
rule,
you see things.
and you would see how it shows up. You see, you know what I'm saying? So when
Yeah.
I say household, I'm saying whoever your significant person who's missing that like
Your
portrays
guardian.
that
The people that raised you, the
that
people that
so
loved you. I'm hoping
when
and I'm praying that
that
someone
they
loves
love
you,
you.
because some people have that too. Some people,
Hmm.
they had a home, they had a family, they had people, but it doesn't mean that household was a place of love and
Hmm.
nurturing. It doesn't mean that. And you know, my heart,
Yeah,
I'm sending you love right now. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Um,
And as always, Teach and I say, like, our DMs are open. So if this conversation becomes a little touchy,
or
or
a
like,
trigger.
or triggering, or it opens some wounds, and you're like, oh, I didn't realize that was a wound. And
Mm,
can I have someone to kind of touch in with that? We're here to listen. Like, I'm saying, we've been in the community, we're been in the safe space, and we want to hear from you.
that's right.
So,
That's right.
yeah.
So I feel like that was a good prelude to what we gonna do. I'm gonna say this. One of the biggest lessons that I feel like I learned from my
Mm-hmm.
20s, and now I carry that into my 30s and for the rest of my life. And I think a lot of people are gonna like get it. Um, you can't compare your life and your start and your finish line to other people's. Like, and I feel like this really hits our generation the most because we kind of grew up with the social media, like, boom. You know, we live in a time where social media didn't exist, and now today it's a huge everyday part of our lives. You know what I'm saying? So there's been a like a
It's a shift. It's a shift. Like
yeah, like a shift in which that has really, and I'm sure there's some scientific studies on this, but it has really impacted our brain chemistry, how we look at things, look at life.
how we
And I feel
operate.
like yes, and there's always this natural expectation to progress. I feel like that's just human nature. We want to progress. We want to hit milestones. We are taught we have to hit certain milestones. You gotta graduate. You gotta get married. You gotta have children. You gotta buy a home. A home. You gotta get a car. You gotta get your license. You gotta all these little things that you kind of gotta check off to be quote unquote successful in life. You know what I'm saying? Um, social media is not real. Okay, that's the
Mm-hmm.
one thing that nobody tells you. Social media is like marketing for the perfect life or the highlights of a good things that happen in your life. There ain't nobody showing you the bad stuff. Nobody is showing you their depression, their sadness, their failures. None of that. People are showing you the success and what looks good, even if it's not. Even if it's not. You got to remember that. Like, I remember scrolling in my 20s, like I
What
thought
am
I
I
was gonna
getting
have the
wrong?
most. I should have already done this. Seemed like everybody else got this. Why I'm not there? You know what I'm saying? These are real things. And like you feel like you're playing catch up. You feel like you messing up. You did something wrong. Like you said, I did something wrong. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm messing up. Or for me, a big one, a full transparency moment for y'all. I feel like I picked my career over like dating and relationships for a while. Like I didn't prioritize that. I prioritized like my bag, my money, my career. And I look back like, shoot, did I make the wrong decision? Should I have done the opposite? Like I put so much focus on this and I'm doing well. I'm exceeding here. But what am I doing here?
I mean, often I think we hear that phrase, work hard, play later, play later.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
But,
yeah.
it's like you
Yeah.
don't realize time is going.
Time is going. Time is
And
ticking. It don't wait for nobody.
don't wait for nobody. And you really need to, like, recognize, okay, I need to have a balance at
Balance.
both.
Balance.
A balance. And I think nobody talks about balance. Nobody talked about that. I did not hear that from nobody in my house.
No.
But it's so important to have balance. Because I keep saying this in our episodes in different ways. Time you don't get back.
No.
You don't get that time back. You don't get that time back.
No. Them 20s is gone. They
It's a
they
wrap,
gone.
babe. It's a
It's a
wrap.
wrap.
Done.
We passed that. We in the 30s now, and we gotta
Mm-hmm.
make whatever. We gotta make the best of this time. You know, you wake up every day and you try to make this life that you have today better. And you can't go back and change your decisions. You can't go back and do over. I wish we
Mm-hmm.
could. Ooh, I
So
wish we
you want to
could
go on that trip? Go.
go on that trip.
Go on that trip.
Go on that trip.
Go
You
on
want
that
to
trip.
take that risk? Take that risk. Take
You
that
want
risk.
to leave that job? Leave that
Leave
job.
that job.
Leave
Be
that
on the leave that
job.
job. Like
Leave that job.
I'm a living testimony. Leave that job. Leave that
Leave
job.
that job.
Leave that job. I
And I
mean,
promise you this. I will say this. In the moment you may feel like it's not the right decision, that's it. But I'm gonna say this: what's for you will be for you. It's
hey,
just
man,
due in time, it's due
man.
in season. And while you're on that little struggle boat, be on it, babe.
Yeah,
Be on it. Like, I'm
yeah.
laughing, but for real, be on it.
For real. For real.
Be on it.
You talking that talk right now. Like I've been heavy on that. What's for me is for me, and what I'm nothing that's for me is gonna miss me. I'm not gonna miss an opportunity that is like destined for me. It has my name on it. It can't miss me. You know what
It
I'm
won't.
saying? Like it
Okay.
it won't. Like I believe that 100%. Like there's nothing and nobody that I'm supposed to have that I won't have. I don't believe that. So like that's changed for me. I didn't used to think that. I used to think, dang, I missed that opportunity. I made the wrong decision. I should have did this. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. I don't think like that no more. I've changed that. Like in my 30s now, I understand and I believe and I subscribe to a different belief. What is for me is for me. It got my name on it. It's direct shipping for me. It's my address. Like it's not gonna miss me. Ain't gonna miss me.
And it's okay to have like some hard days where you're like, damn, I wish things were a little bit better.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's human. You'll get there. You'll get there.
Yeah.
When?
Yeah.
I don't know. But you're going to get
I
there.
don't know. Yeah.
But you have
Yeah.
to allow yourself to get there too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
allow that.
Yeah. I mean your life and your progress is yours. Like to
Mm-hmm.
really kind of like tie that point up and like drive it home. Don't be comparing where you are to other people because that's their life, and you don't know what's going on behind like closed doors. You don't know, and sometimes everything that glitters is not gold, and it look good, but that don't mean it's good. You know what I'm saying? People's marriages and relationships and jobs and careers and all that, it may look good on paper, it may look good on your feed, but you don't know what's going on. They may be stressing out behind, closed doors. Like that house, that beautiful home they have, they may be in debt trying to pay it off. Like you don't know. You know what I'm
You
saying?
don't know if they're having some relationship issues. You don't know
You
if they're
don't know.
internal battles, or you don't know. And you know what?
Don't
I'm
know.
gonna just say this: like, it's not for you to know either.
It's not. It's not, because that ain't your business. That ain't your life. You worry about yourself.
And the
What
bills
about
that you
you? Mind your
will mind your
mind
business.
your business. Mind the business that pays you. Mind your business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, your progress is your progress. You don't got your degree yet? Okay. You will. If you're working
Right.
on it, you will get it. You will. Like, you can't be like putting timelines.
That,
I was heavy on that.
you
I
know,
used to be
but
heavy on
like
that.
all
Timelines.
these, all
Don't be
these,
subscribing
like,
to no timelines.
you gotta wait. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta wait.
Shoot, trust the
And
process.
that
Trust the
trust the
process.
process.
Trust that
Trust
God got
you.
you. Got
Trust
you.
yourself. And
Trust your
yes, Tisha said.
trust.
And if you really like, if you had to leave, you had to walk away, if you had to, whatever your situation was, realize that you left, whatever it wasn't sitting right with you here. You did that for you. You
That's right.
stopped being friends with that person for you. You stopped that job for you. You stopped that way of saying something isn't for me anymore for you. You started saying no for you. All those
Yes.
things are for you because the most important person is you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And you said it beautifully and you said it right. Like, it kind of leads me to another thing, like a big lesson for myself
Mm-hmm.
personally, is that everyone, they not gonna like you, baby.
No,
You are not everyone's cup of tea. It don't really matter how nice you are, how sweet you are, how giving you are, how like it don't matter. Sometimes people just not gonna like you.
they
Okay,
don't.
jealousy is real.
Ooh.
People be jealous. People be haters.
People be jealous, and they won't even tell you they're jealous.
They
They be
won't tell you.
ooh, and they be playing in your
They be in
face
your
heavy.
face, real heavy. Some of them are posing as friends, and that's
Ooh,
another one. That's another one. But everyone is not your friend. Everyone don't got your back. Everyone don't love you even though they say they love you. Everyone is not rooting for you. You know what I'm saying? Everyone is
and
not
you
clapping.
need to like pay attention to who's not in your corner, and you're kind of like, and then that feeling of ooh, trust that,
Yeah. And
trust that.
I used to be like, dang, why that person treat me like that? Why they don't like me? What I do to them? What's their problem? Because I've always been shoot. I mean, I'm a little rough around the edges. um, like when you first like meet me, like too, oh, I don't know if I like that. And that's fine. But the people who actually like stay around, they love it here. But I mean, it's not, but I realized that later, like, everyone doesn't have what it takes to be in my circle, in my life, in my space. And everybody doesn't want to, and that's okay. And it doesn't matter who you are and how you show up in the world. Sometimes people just don't like it. They just don't like you. Period. There's nothing you can do to change that. And it took me a while to like accept that. And now I'm very like, whatever. But I didn't used to be that way. I did not used to be that way. I used to care so much. I used to be like,
Me too.
Lord,
Be crying like
crying girl.
like
Lord, they don't like me. Who cares? Who cares? Okay? They
you
not paying
know
your bills.
Tasia brings up like so many good points, and that really kind of like aligns what I plan to say. Like knowing who is your tribe. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Back in my 20s, I wanted to be friends with everyone. I wanted to get along with everyone. I didn't want to hurt nobody's feeling. I
Yeah.
tried to do that people pleasing heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
no, I gotta say this: it's okay to have 5 friends. It's okay to have 2 friends. It's okay to have 3. But
You
realize
don't need all that.
you don't need all of them. And you need
If
to
you
realize
have
not
them,
everyone.
great. Yeah.
If
I ain't mad at
everyone
you.
is not your friend, that's okay, babe.
Yeah.
That's okay, babe.
Yeah. It
Not
reminds
everyone
me of
is your friend.
that movie.
Which one?
Uh, I can't remember, but it was Tyler Perry, or maybe it was a play, but it was Tyler Perry, and he talks about roots and leaves and branches, and that just kind of like brought me back to you're talking about roots, baby. You're talking about roots. You're talking about what the tree needs to live, like that. Those people, and it ain't a lot. It's usually not a lot. You don't need a lot. You don't. You know what I'm saying? You only need a few people that
And
really.
like teacher's right. It's like who like waters you, who watches you grow and sees you bloom, and they want to see you bloom. So it's the right people will water you. And I promise if it's just 2 or 3 people, it's okay.
You're gonna be all right. You're gonna
It's
be all
gonna be
right.
okay.
And honestly, that's perfect. You know what I'm saying?
It's
If you
good.
have more than that, you are blessed. You are
Mm-hmm.
blessed. If you got one, baby, you blessed. Because
Mm-hmm.
not everybody has that. Not everybody has that. You know what I'm saying? But when you have those good roots, you better hold on to them. Don't be playing about them people. Don't be willy nilly and just like nah. And don't be exchanging them for people who are not, permanent, some temporary people. Because that's a mistake that sometimes we make in life when we're young. We don't realize like we put too much value and weight on certain people and friendships and relationships and later realize, oh wow, I sacrificed this for that. What was I thinking?
Oh, what was I thinking? What
What was I
was
thinking?
I thinking?
You know what I'm
I'm gonna
saying?
tell you right now, I wasn't thinking. I was not thinking long term. I was not thinking my mental health. I was not thinking how that was going to affect me. I was not
Yeah.
thinking how that was going to, because it does have an effect on your mental health. It does have an effect on you. Yeah, I was not thinking. That's what I was thinking.
I was
That
prioritizing the wrong things.
ooh,
Um, you know what I'm saying? My priorities was not in the right place. And I didn't really know what I needed. I was chasing, excuse me, I was chasing or
sorry.
I was prioritizing my wants instead of my needs. And
Instead of my needs, that's heavy. Instead of my needs,
I want this person in my life for whatever reason, XYZ, don't really matter. And not realizing like you fumbling. You fumbling big time.
you fumbled on yourself though,
Hard lessons,
and
baby.
you
Hard
only
lessons.
get one you.
Yep.
You gonna fumble you, babe? You?
Yeah.
That
But I ain't doing that no more.
no,
There you go. You know what I'm saying?
no,
Been there, done
no.
that. But I ain't doing that no more. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-mm.
now I know who I am. I know what I'm worth. I know what I bring. I know, like, this.
I
Stop
bring.
playing.
I'm bring me.
Stop
I
playing.
bring.
Stop playing, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna let you play with me because I don't play with myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, when you young, you let people play with you. You let people play in your face.
Heavy.
But you know, once you know, understand, and learn who you are, what you about, the value you
Hmm.
bring, you walk different. You like
You
you
carry
know
yourself. You like, I got it. I got it.
like what you thought
I'm
this was.
I'm dope as fuck, okay?
What you thought.
But
Yeah. Like, you know, and I think that ties into like you know, learning that self-love
yeah,
comes with time, I think.
it
Um
does.
comes with
It's
time.
not self love. I have to say, it's not an easy journey. It's not an easy one.
No. No. That's
It's not.
that's lifelong. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I got it all figured out. No. I'm 31.
And
So
I'm
like when we talk
53. I'm
about
gonna let you know.
30s, we young 30s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We
baby
baby
still.
30s. Yeah.
We even.
30s. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We still got a lot to learn. So
But
I'll never
I wish my 20-year-old self knew,
knew
girl, you gotta love you, babe. You gotta love you. You
you
gotta,
can't
you gotta look in the mirror
expect
and say, I
someone to
love
love
her.
you. You know what I'm saying? You can't expect other people to love you and you don't know how to love yourself. And you
Mm,
can't teach or show someone what is expected of them and how you need to be loved if you're not practicing it yourself.
that's so true.
You
Mm,
know? So and that's that saying like, you know, how you gonna love someone else and you don't know how to love yourself. That's real too. You know what I'm saying? I think it starts inward. It starts inward. And some of us have really good models and people in our lives that have helped us understand and showed us real, healthy, genuine love. And some of us haven't. And so we gotta learn the hard way. We gotta bump our head a few times. You know what I'm saying?
I've
Yeah,
learned the hard way.
yeah.
And and that's okay that I've learned the hard way.
It
But
sucks. Yeah,
it's just, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. I do.
Yeah.
I do. So what would you say is another lesson
You
or
know what?
something that you wish?
I think just this kind of ties into that. That kind of ties into this. It's like, you gotta be kind to yourself. You know what I mean? There are times where I was throwing hands at the reflection of me. I was throwing hands at me. Like, girl, wipe those tears. Stop throwing
Yeah,
hands at yourself.
yeah,
You can't, like, beat yourself up. You cannot. You have to be kind to yourself. You have to realize, okay, mistakes happen.
yeah,
You fumbled. You you were the villain. You were the this and that. Or you said yes when you should have said no. Like,
right.
you got to be kind to yourself and navigate those parts, those aspects. You
Yeah,
know, you got to allow yourself to just heal from whatever it is. So being kind is not the easy. I won't say this. It's not the easiest thing to do. Being
mm-hmm.
kind to yourself is not the easiest thing to do. I mean, what do
Most
you think?
Ooh, you said a
It's a big one,
mouthful.
girl.
You said a mouthful, and I agree 100%. I think that really ties to forgiveness. You gotta learn to forgive yourself.
Ooh,
You know what?
that's hard. That's
It's
hard,
very
girl.
hard. It's very hard. You have to learn to forgive yourself. Um, you make mistakes, you mess up. You look back and you think, why did I do that? You know, many of us wish we had a time machine and we can go back and we would do things differently. Trust me, I get it. I know. Some of us have made some life altering decisions, and you know, sometimes it's hard to face them. It's hard to stomach them and move past it. It's hard. But you gotta forgive yourself. You didn't know then what you
No.
know now. You didn't know. You did what you did with the information that you
You
had
had
at the
at that
time.
moment.
You made the
Huh?
best decision that you could have at that time, you know? And maybe it wasn't the best decision. Maybe you made a not good decision even with that information that you had at that time. That's a possibility too. But you know what? You're not there. We collectively, we're not there anymore. We've moved on. You got to move on too.
And I want to say this, like, whether it happened in your 20s, your
Or
30s,
even,
whatever, this is sacred hours, this applies to, this lesson applies, just
yeah,
forgiving yourself. Like, I
forgiving
wish I
yourself.
didn't say that, or I wish I didn't do that. Forgive yourself and allow yourself to heal. Like Tisha said, you got to move on because you're not. That decision you made at that moment, you're not there.
You're not
You're
there.
not
And
there.
you can't change it. You
You can't.
can you play it in your mind all you want to. You come up with all the different scenarios and how you would have done things differently. You could, I wish I did that, or I could have done that, or just, what if they did that, said that? Don't matter.
Mm-mm.
Don't matter.
It
What's
doesn't.
done is done. It's a wrap. It's done. You sitting there obsessing about it, not gonna change nothing.
You
The
gotta
only thing
make
you can do,
peace with it.
yeah, the only thing you can do is, I got it. I know better now. I won't do that again. You know what I'm saying? I won't say that again. I learned. That's
I
what you
won't
got to do.
approach it that way again.
That's what you got to do. You got to do better. You know what I'm saying? You can't be stuck in living in the past.
And I
We
will
here
say
today.
this. I'm not the person I said in the beginning of this episode. I'm not the person I was a year ago. Who I am
Definitely not
today.
5 years ago.
That
Absolutely not
not,
10, 15, 20 years ago.
I, no.
You're not. And that's the beauty of life. That is the beauty of life. You can always make changes. As long as you have breath, you can make changes. If you don't
Yeah.
like something,
Walk
change
away,
it.
leave, whatever.
Change it. You change it. Don't expect someone else to do it. You own that. You take that responsibility. You change. Like you said, you leave. You grow. You stop showing up. You. You. Stop waiting for other people to do things that you need to do.
Oh, that one. That one.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's so many things that, people are probably feeling, thinking, looking back on, or lessons that they have for themselves. Feel free to share them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God,
Um,
please.
yeah,
I want to hear them.
we want to know. These are just some things. This is not everything. We couldn't give you it all. But these are some of like those heavy hitters that really stand out. I feel like there's one more that you didn't mention. It was
Yes,
something
there's
like,
another one. Yes, I
yeah,
have it. And
okay,
I want to like wrap it up for this part.
yeah.
But I think this can become a mini series if people are
Oh yeah, for
interested.
sure, for
You
sure.
know, what do you tell you want to tell your 20-year-old self? Like, what do you want? Dear 20-year-old me, hey, that. So this is another one. This is like a big one. Building an emergency fund. Go, go.
As the old people say, or my mom would say, like, save for a rainy day. You know what I'm
Ah,
saying? Save for a
that,
rainy day.
it's been raining real heavy lately.
Showers.
I'm like, what I'm running at? I be telling my grandma, I be joking, I be telling my grandma, be like saying, Grammy? She be like, what? I wish I had a papi chulo, which means I wish I had a sugar daddy or a man. You know what
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
wish I
yeah.
had that sugar daddy. You got you though. I don't got that money though. I don't got
Oh,
that
right,
I don't got that fun. I mean,
yeah,
I want the papi chulo, like
I
you
feel
know.
you. Yeah, I get it.
But
I do.
jokes aside,
Yeah, yeah.
I wish I had that emergency fund saved. I wish I was like, yeah, there,
More aggressive with the saving part.
yeah. I
Yeah.
wish I was. I wish I was like, those. Back in the day, they had like these old people that didn't trust the bank, so they would have money around the house, and
In
then
that
all of a sudden, like,
mattress, stuff it in the
yeah, yeah,
mattress.
like, where's that money from? Oh,
Yeah.
it's been there since 1930. What? I know somebody in the audience probably knows someone like that.
Yeah,
You're gonna
yeah.
need to like spell something in the comments. How did they do
Uh-huh.
that?
How?
Spill the
Well,
tea. Spill the tea.
that just makes me think like you right, that old school, that old traditional way of doing things. But now I feel like shoot, we need to be focused on the new school thing too, and investing and getting that interest
Hmm.
and retirement savings and all
What's that?
that.
Like, what's that? That new Bitcoin thing? What's the?
See,
Well, I can't even pronounce it.
I think
And
it's
yeah,
Bitcoin.
I don't understand that. I'm still trying to
You can't ask
understand
me
real.
things like that.
I'm still trying to understand real money. You know what I'm saying? Still so much.
I'm trying to get into stocks and like investment. That's what I'm trying to.
But you know what? I'm sure someone in the comments may know
They know. If
stocks.
you know, hit me up. Hit me up. I'm
Let
trying to
me know.
see
Let
something.
us
Okay.
know. 'Cause I
We
don't know.
trying. Like I'm trying, but I'm willing to learn.
I am. Like, you want to join an episode? Holla.
We are about education and finance. Like I think that's
Mhm.
so important. Financial independence, especially as women. But this is
Finance.
not just women. This is everyone.
Yeah,
You know what
it
I'm saying?
can apply to men,
Yes.
women,
Financial
people of
freedom.
color. That's
Yes.
what I was about to say. Financial freedom is so important,
Absolutely.
especially, and since we're talking about our 20s, especially when you're applying to colleges. They'll ask you, oh, did you build your credit yet? I'm not even going to touch on that.
Okay.
But
That
that's
yeah.
definitely an episode we could do, like the financial liberty and freedom. But I would love to have an expert just
Would
chime
love.
in. We'd
Yes.
love
We would
help
want that.
us so we
Yeah.
can help y'all.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Those are
100%.
important things I didn't know in my 20s, and I wish I know. And I'm still navigating in my 30s because what stocks? What does it do? Where did it come from? Don't understand.
Yeah.
Long division, don't know how. Help me. Help me.
Girl.
Oh,
Girl.
I'm just
Girl.
saying.
Yeah. There's
But
a
for
lot
real.
that comes with that game. I'm very like superficial, minimal understanding of that. So that's a growth area for me. Like I
Yeah.
definitely want to better understand that
Tap
because
in.
there's so many things you can do, and it doesn't have to just be investments, but there's like real estate and like properties and things like that. There's so many ways,
Making passive income.
and I wish we was on that in our 20s.
Not
In our 20s, because we would be set today. I mean, we playing catch up, and that's okay. We playing catch up, that's okay. Better late than never. Okay, better late than never.
I wanna bring up this, like, having these conversations are important. I
They are.
remember watching this TV show, and it was really an odd TV show. It was on Netflix. I think it was called The Catketeers, something like that. It was about a virtual home, whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, the dad has two daughters, and I think two daughters. I'm not sure if he had more kids, but I remember the two because they were part of the funeral home. And then he like rode on the girls to make sure that they also had other streams of income. He was like, you cannot have just one stream of income. And I'm like, I I did not know that.
Where was that when we was growing up? Yeah, I think everyone was just pushing education. You need to go to college, get an education, and
Mhm.
education is a great avenue. It's not the
Mm.
only one.
That's what he
It is
said.
not the only one.
That's what he said. And this was a black family, and he was like, "Yes, you can have like your college."
Oh, I think I know what show you're talking
You know,
about now.
yes.
Yes, I watched that. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about
And he
now.
said, like, he did say, like, go ahead, go to college, do that, but also
Plus,
make sure you have more than one stream of income going for you. No, I was never having that conversation, and these girls were like young. I want to say they're like teens, and they are already having this conversation.
well, that's
That's
generational
why.
knowledge, things that
Girl.
many of us didn't have. We didn't have that privilege. We didn't have that luxury.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's so important. It's so important. And that's why, like, Tasha and I have this podcast to have these important conversations.
That's right.
They're so important.
That's right.
They're so important.
They are.
They are.
Because, like I said, many of us, unfortunately, are playing catch up. When we're, and some of our counterparts, they way ahead of us. And the way that life is stacked up, it's not fair. It's not fair. It's just not fair. There's so many things and factors and reasons why some of us are behind, whether it be race, whether it be ethnicity, whether it be religion, whether it be like there's education.
It's like this, girl. It's like this.
Things.
You know what I'm saying?
So many things. Gender, all of that. There's so many reasons why some people are they're behind in the game. You know what I mean? But that don't mean you got to stay behind. Okay? That's that. I want to encourage you. You don't gotta stay behind. I recognize, like, dang, life wasn't fair. You had this happen. I got you. Mm-hmm. But what can we do from here on? Let's talk about that. What are our options from here on? Let's not get stuck in that. Let's not stay there. We can't stay there. We acknowledge it. Okay. What we gonna do?
Now what we gonna do?
What we gonna do?
Now I want to say this to anyone who's watching. You can, like, yes, we are in our 30s, but you can be in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s. You absolutely can navigate things better. I mean, I remember when Tasha and I were in school, there was this classmate, and she was in her 50s, and she went back to school.
She sure did.
You can do it. And she graduated.
Got that degree and walked and graduated. And we are proud of her.
We are proud of her. And she did that.
And I respect that so much. It takes that is a brave, bold choice. And that's huge, like, self-love popping. She said, I want to do that. I'm going to do that. And she did that.
And she did that. She did
that.
When she walked stage, I was like,
yeah. It's never too late. You know what I'm saying? It's never too late. As long as you got breath in your body, God has given you another chance. It is not too late. Try again.
Go ahead. You want to chase that bag in a different way? Go ahead.
Pivot. It didn't work. Got it. Dang. Pivot. It failed. Dang. Pivot.
Period.
Plan A. It didn't work out. Cool. Plan B. Plan C. Plan D. You keep working your way.
You going. I mean, it's not one way fits all. Nope. You may see your friend do something and they thrive successfully. That's what's working for them. You might need to figure out what works for you.
Do something else. Okay. We don't gotta follow the leader. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't for everybody. Okay?
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's okay.
That's okay. It's all right.
All good. All good.
Yeah.
How do you feel about, like, wrapping up right about here?
I think this is a great place to wrap up. I think we share several little gems and different lessons and things. I hope that it's giving you something to kind of chew on and reflect on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is a good place to wrap up. I feel good about it. You want to go ahead? I'm always the person, so I'm gonna let you do it.
Oh, okay. So, Until next time.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.